It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Well, a tough start for both of these teams. Still searching for their first one of the season as we get going in week 3. Grant with this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the counter. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Now Tannehill. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And it's a positive start. A gain of 5 to get things going. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Tannehill. Open man is Parker. He's got him. An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. 1st down at the 47.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Tannehill to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Tannehill. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. And this is tough here on the opening drive, because sometimes when you miss one early, we've seen head coaches change how they approach 4th down situations. Is he going to get as many chances here? We're going to find out throughout the rest of the game.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On third down, here's Wilson. Got a man. It's Rocket. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Seahawks first down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And this will be a short gain down to the 41-yard line. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Go.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Open man, right side. He's got it. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Seattle.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
From the shotgun, Wilson. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Tannehill. This one caught by Parker. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Good defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take him down in the backfield for a loss.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of the turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
He's going to let this one go deep. That is hot. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Miami. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A short one taken at the 10. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. His drive will start on the ground. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. First and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw is Tannehill. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole. But that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to Seattle after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. This pass is caught by Thomas. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to air one out for Parker. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
And as the game goes on, these are the throws they got to find a way to connect with, those chunk plays. I like the idea of pushing it downfield, but the next time they get an opportunity, they've got to find a way to connect.
Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Dolphins 1st down. Back to the air one more time. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Parker. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. Now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and this also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Just the lone touchdown in that 1st half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. And this ball's going to go out of bounds. Not the way you want to begin the 2nd half. The football will be marked at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Now a give on the ground, and the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Wilson. Got his man. That's Grant. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
These are the type of self-inflicted wounds that the coaching staff told us about all week, Mike, and it's been a real point of emphasis. Anyone possessing the ball, whether that's on offense, defense, or in this case, special teams, protect the ball at all costs, and I can promise you they're not going to be happy with this one.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he's going to be taken down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Now it is 1st and goal. Now Wilson. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Touchdown Seahawks.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there. Ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Tannehill to throw. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Second down and 8. To throw is Tannehill. Now he'll run. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Here's Tannehill. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Wilson. That's complete. It is Foster Moreau. And he will have this at midfield. Forced out of bounds there.
That's good for our Seattle Seahawks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for it all. He's got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle. Now the try for an extra point. His kick is good. And the Seahawks will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Tannehill. He's going to tuck it and go.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL. Here's 2nd and 6. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, Wilson. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to get him a 1st down here across midfield and down to the 45.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
It is complete. He finds Lockett. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They bring the tight end in motion. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. And he'll He'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Going right sideline and complete. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards. Throwing, Tannehill. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is first down and goal. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Now, second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll go down, back at the 4. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. This crowd doing everything they can before third and goal. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10. He'll run. And he'll get about 5. Here's second down. Wilson to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass. A a massive play here. Late, tie game, third down. Here's Wilson to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
When this offense took the field, in their mind, Mike, they want to end this game in regulation. You do not want to play for overtime. And now as this fourth down comes up, I think this coach has a decision to make. Do you remain aggressive and keep the offense on the field and try to end it here? Or do you make the safe play and punt the ball away and settle for overtime?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Tannehill. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Back to throw is Tannehill. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. They'll stick to the ground. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down. They'll run here. Now, timeout called. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here. Well, this might be one final heave to the end zone. Now, Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to win the game. And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. So, overtime coming up. Not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Now a first throw here in overtime. He'll check this down to the running back.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Third and 5. He'll look to throw. This one intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. He's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll run on 2nd down. The Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
He'll get this forward, no signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. The motion man here is Wilson. On 2nd down, they'll run. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a